Hello everybody, it is your boy MTG Wizards, and today we are going to be going through a deck tech of my black-white Lifegain with a little bit of big creatures in it. So to start us off, we have 3 copies of Gideon's Company. It is 4 mana for a 3/3, and whenever you gain life you put 2/1/1 counters on Gideon's Company. This will go really good with our other cards that gain us life, because this could turn into a really big creature. It does have another ability, a mana ability, for 4 mana, put a loyalty counter on target Gideon's Planeswalker. But unfortunately we do not have a Gideon's Planeswalker in this deck, so that does not matter. Next we have Angel of Vitality. For 3 mana, it's 2/2. Flying, if you would gain life, you gain that much life plus 1 instead. And this goes really good because we get I think we would get double triggers on our Gideon's Company. So that would just make it so big. And Angel of Vitality gets +2/+2 as long as you have 25 or more life. That would be really cool. Just add that 4/4 on the battlefield. With flying, we can pump it up a little bit. We got another copy of that. Then, a big part of this deck, Impassioned Orator. I know this is going out of standard, but we're going to use it as long as we can. So, for 2 mana, you have a 2/2. Whenever another creature enters the battlefield under your control, you gain 1 life. So, this could go really well with the Angel of Vitality, and also with the Gideon's Company, which gives it triggers. We have 4 copies of that. Next, Johnny's Pridemate. Not as many triggers as the Gideon's Company, but it still says whenever you gain life, put a 1 counter on a Johnny's Pridemate. This could also get really big with our Impassioned Orator and our Angel of Vitality. So it's a 2/2 for 2. I think that's a pretty good thing to put out on maybe like turn 4 if you don't have your Gideon's Company. Because if you have another one in your hand, another Giant's Pridemate in your hand, then you can put both out if you do have the Impassioned Orator and the Angel of Vitality. So we have 4 copies of those. Next, Raise the Alarm. I put this in the deck because putting white soldier creature tokens on the battlefield triggers our Impassioned Orator. And that's just another way for us to gain more life and to get triggers on our Johnny's Pridemates and our Gideon's Companies. So it costs 2 mana, and you create 2 1/1 white soldier creature tokens. 2 copies of those. Next, we have Faith's Fetters. 4 mana for an enchant permanent. When Faith's Fetters enters the battlefield, you gain 4 life. That would go really well just for the life gain of it. And then Enchanted Permanent can't attack or block, and its activated abilities can't be activated unless they're mana abilities. So this is a really good card in case the opponent has like a really big creature, like a 10/10, and you're at a low life, which shouldn't happen since we're getting so much life with this deck. We have 1 copy of that. Then here's another really good card, a Desperate Lunge. It costs 2 mana, and target creature gets +2/+2 and gains fly until end of turn. You gain 2 life. Well, this will go really well with our Johnny's Pridemates and our Gideon's Company when they get really big. And just having this as like a backup plan in case our Gideon's Companies or our Johnny's Pridemates get destroyed. Or, well, that's not true, but and you just don't have any blockers, you can still put this out for the 2 life. We have 2 copies of that. Then we have this Elspeth Sun's Nemesis. 4 mana for a legendary planeswalker. It is a mythic from Theros Beyond Death, I believe. So you -1 it. Up to 2 target creatures you control get +2/+1 until end of turn. Put that on your Giant's Primates, your Gideon's Companies, or just pretty much anything. Then -2, create 2 1/1 white human soldier creature tokens. That could trigger our Impassioned Orators. So we can put triggers on our Giant's Primates. And then we have, you -3 it, you gain 5 life, which could also trigger our Impassioned Orators, our Gideon's Companies. This deck is pretty much just all about gaining life and then just putting so many 1/1 counters onto our Gideon's Companies and our Giant's Primates. This deck is just great at that. And then finally, on this card, we have Escape. Tap 4 mana of any color and 2 white. Exile 4 other cards from your graveyard. You may cast this card from your graveyard for its escape cost. So this is not good for if you don't have 4 other cards in your graveyard, and this is like one of the only cards in there, because you just don't wanna. You would never want to sacrifice or exile this card, because you cannot get it back. There's nothing in this deck that can get it back from exile, which really, really stinks. So we got Elspeth. Want a copy of that. Epicure of Blood. 5 mana for a 4/4. Whenever you gain life, each opponent loses 1 life. This goes really good because of all the creatures we're going to be putting on the battlefield and all that life we're going to be gaining. Also, it's just a really good blocker. So we only have 1 copy of that. I will try to get another copy soon. And we have Ill-Gotten Inheritance. 4 mana for an enchantment. A common enchantment. At the beginning of your upkeep, Ill-Gotten Inheritance deals 1 damage to each opponent and you gain 1 life. That's just going to go really well because we just go keep going and going on our upkeep, keep doing that every upkeep, and that will just keep stacking our Gideon's Company and our Impassioned Orator. Sorry, I keep saying Impassioned Orator, man. Our Johnny's Primates. We only have 1 copy of that, and it has you can tap 6 mana, sacrifice it. It deals 4 damage to target opponent, and you gain 4 life. That could be really good if your opponent is at a low life total and you just need like a little more damage. You need to deal a little bit more damage to him to kill him. That could really be really good. And it just puts 1 counters on our Johnny's Primates and Gideon's Companies, which is the point of the deck. So, Command the Dreadhorde. 6 mana for a rare sorcery. Choose any number of target creature and or planeswalker cards in your graveyards. Command the Dreadhorde deals damage to you equal to the total converted mana cost of those cards. Put them onto the battlefield under your control. So this is really good in case you have like you're going against a control player and they keep countering all your good creatures. Also, just in case you're against a green deck and they just have so many 1/1 counters on their creatures, and you have to block, and and your Gideon's company or whoever is blocking goes to the graveyard, this is just a good way to bring it back to the battlefield. And losing your life equal to the converted mana cost doesn't really matter, because we'll be gaining all this life, and it's just gonna be really good, because it just doesn't really matter at all. Next, we have 2 soul salvages. Return up to 2 target creature cards from your graveyard to your hand. Tap it for 3. And this is just another way to bring back creatures from your graveyard. Sorin's Thirst. Just another way to gain life, to do damage to your opponent, which is just really, really good. So that's 2 mana. Next, Grasp of Darkness. 2 mana, 2 black mana. Target creature gets -4/4 until end of turn. That could just be really good in case there is a creature you just don't want in the battlefield that's 4/4 or lower, and you just want to get rid of it. So that's just a really good removal. Vicious Rumors. Got 1 mana. Vicious Rumors deals 1 damage to each opponent. Each opponent discards a card, then puts the top card of their library into their graveyard. You gain 1 life. That's just a good card for the later game. If your opponent has a card revealed and it only has 1 card in their hand, this is just a really good card to deal 1 damage to them, and just to see the look on their face when they have to discard those cards. It's just funny. And then you gain 1 life, just for triggers. 2 copies of those. Durus. Tap 1 mana, 1 black mana. Target opponent reveals their hand. You choose a non-creature, non-land card from it. That player discards that card. This is just a good card to get rid of stuff in their hand that you just don't want, and that will go against your deck. And we only got 1 copy of that. Murder for 3 mana. Destroy target creature. Again, just a good removal. Really nice. I love this card because it's just really easy to play, and it's simple. Just destroy a target creature. Got 2 copies of that. Dread Presence for 4 mana. It's a creature, a rare creature. Whenever swamp enters the battlefield under your control, you choose 1. You draw a card and you lose 1 life. Or Dread Presence deals 2 damage to any target and you gain 2 life. So this is just really good to just card draw and just dealing damage to your opponent and then gaining life. So we only got 1 copy of that. We got Blood Burglar for 2 mana. It's a vampire rogue. As long as it's your turn, Blood Burglar has lifelink, and it's a 2/2. So this is just good for the lifelink aspect of it, just to get those counters. 1 copy of that. Bane Hound. It's a 1/1 for 1. Lifelink and haste. This is just really good if your opponent has no blockers and you have your Gideon's Company, a Giant's Pridemate, or Angel of Vitality on the battlefield. You can just attack with this right away and it'll be amazing. Oh, there goes that notifications. Alright, we got 1 copy of that. Last card for the creature and stuff. We got Mortify. 3 mana for an instant. Destroy target creature or enchantment. Again, removal. Removal, removal, removal. Just want to get rid of creatures on your opponent's battlefield. Any annoying creatures. And then that's it for the main deck. Now we got lands. So we got 4 copies of Scored Barrens. Scored Barrens enters the battlefield tapped. When it enters the battlefield, you gain 1 life. I just put these in because it's really good for life gain. And then you tap it for a white or a black. It's just really good. Then 2 copies of Orzhov Guildgate, which just for the diversity of your mana, so you're just not getting white mana or just getting black mana, just to get both mana and to be able to play your stuff. Next, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 white mana. I just put this in for fun. It looks amazing. So we got 9 white mana. And then we got, oh, look at that. That beauty. The new land, special land, actually, from M21. That look beautiful. We got Swamp from Urza Saga. Then we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 swamps. You can divvy up you can change up your lands. You can put any amount you want. It doesn't really matter. You're still gonna be able to play this deck, unless it's like you play like 2 black mana and a bunch of white mana. That's just that's just not smart. But that is it for today. Thank you. Remember to subscribe and hit the like button. And I will see you in the next video.